3 seconds.
Go ahead.
Right. So, welcome to our first podcast, guys. We're pretty excited. We don't really know what we're doing, but we're gonna have fun with it.
I'm Nick.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Max. So this first episode is gonna be pretty straightforward. We're just gonna kind of talk about ourselves, kind of let you know who we are and why we love cars. So who wants to go first?
Andrew, why don't you go first?
All right. So, hi, I'm Andrew. In this video, I'm based in California at the time being. What got me into cars? Well, let's see. Well, so ever since I was little, I always liked cars, but recently, only a few years ago, I got into modding cars based off of my cousin who modded his car. He got me all into that, and from there is why I have my car that I have today and done all the mods to that. And then once I met Nick, he got me more in the hands-on part of it, of the car part.
Yeah, so when I first met Andrew had like a lifted Altima.
You
It was squatting. It wasn't completely lifted.
like squatting like that
It was
Carolina
lifted,
squat.
dude. You could definitely take that thing off-roading. I thought you off-roaded it. That was a rally car. Group B.
It wasn't
It
that
was lifted,
bad.
bro. It's okay.
I don't
His
think
car's
it's that
lower than
bad.
my car now. It passes a gap test.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. No gap. 4.5 inches off the
Yeah,
ground.
he's good.
Chilling.
So Andrew, for everybody, tell everybody what you drive.
I drive a clean Altima Coupe. If you're listening to this, you can check it out on my Instagram at 6andrew98. There's a few pictures on there. But yeah, I did all kinds of junk to it because no one made parts for it, so I had to get creative and make a lot of the mods myself, from the side skirts to what else? Headlights, and then we added those little things on the back.
Little
I don't know what those are
vinyl
called.
stickers.
You know they're. Oh yeah, we did
Your
the vinyl
PC
stickers.
coilovers.
You always have to have
Your
stickers.
PC coilovers.
Coilovers. We did all that stuff, but like we did. What are those little like fin things that go on like the back, like in between
Diffuser?
like your wheel and like not
Side skirt?
diffuser.
Spat.
That came. No, the piece that's like, is that the side skirt? The piece that goes from the wheel, like behind the wheel, like between the wheel and like the back
Along
bumper,
the bumper?
like that goes on the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Diffuser.
but
it's
not
called a
along the whole.
spat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's called a bumper spat.
What is
a
it called?
bumper spat.
A bumper spat. Oh, that's probably why I could never find them when I was looking them
I
up.
thought they were called diffusers.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay, well that's something new today. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know. We'll see how much longer I keep the car, but we'll
He's
see.
gonna get
It's
an
a fun
eco
car.
boost.
No.
Well, so if you get rid of the car soon, what do you think you're gonna get? What are you looking into?
I'm trying to decide if I want a sedan or an SUV. But if I did a sedan, I'd get the Alfa Romeo.
Ooh, Julia.
I wish. Oh no, I would get the Giulia. I can't get the Quadrifoglio.
Which Alpha? Hold on, I'm gonna go
Okay.
to Alpha's website and see what other cars they have real quick.
He was probably thinking of the Giulia Quattrofoglio. It's like the fast one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
one's
what I
dope,
was
dude.
thinking.
Dude, the Giulias are fun. One of my neighbors has one. And it's got a tune, got exhaust, bunch of stuff done to it. Thing's quick, ton of fun.
Think about it.
Dude, the freaking
I'm
4-leaf
tempted.
clover is the ultimate sticker. If you put that thing on anything, it makes it all-wheel drive twin turbo. 100%.
They sell just that panel. If I get the
Yeah, no,
Dude,
don't do that.
Dude, it's the
We're not
ultimate
going to be friends
sticker.
if you do that.
That's the only difference. Just kidding. For those who
I'll
don't
be the
know,
guy
the
with,
difference
like,
is
the
what is it? A bigger engine with twin turbo? and it's all-wheel
Yeah,
drive.
it's big everything.
Yeah, it's a completely different
It's a
car.
V6 twin turbo.
Yeah.
The other one's a 4-cylinder turbo.
All right. So, Nick, why don't you introduce yourself to the people a little bit?
Oh, for sure. So my name's Nick. Right now, I grew up in California, lived in Washington for a little bit. Now I'm down in Arizona. For those of you in Arizona, this is the furthest east I've ever been. So still West Coast, dude. So I've kind of been into cars like my entire life. So, I mean, I got my Hot Wheels up on the wall, my Prelude in the back. Let's see, where is it? Over there. But I don't know. It's just cars has just been kind of like a way of life for me. Like I've grown up just around them, and my dad working on them, and me helping my dad. So, right now I'm a Honda guy, but deep down I'm a Dodge guy. Surprisingly, everybody's gonna hate me for that. I always get the question: do you like Chevys or Ford, Camaro or Mustang? I'm like, the Challenger, and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, dude, the Dodge Challenger. You mean the Charger? And I'm like, no, dude, the Challenger.
Why not Ford?
Why not Ford?
What do you?
I don't
what do
know.
you have
Watch
against
Ford
them?
versus Ferrari. Tell me how much you like Ford after that. I don't know. My dad just engraved in me not to like Ford.
Oh God,
It's like a
one of
cult.
those guys.
I think me and my dad have created a
Mhm.
Dodge cult.
He wants me to get an EcoBoost, but won't get one
Well,
for
the
himself.
reason why I want him to get an EcoBoost is so that when I get the Challenger, I can beat him because he only has the EcoBoost.
It's true friendship right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get the V8.
So Nick, what kind of cars do you have right now? We know you got the Prelude in the background, but what else are you rocking?
So I got the Prelude. That one's a jalopy car right there. It's broken. Haven't driven it since March. We are in January, so we're coming up on a year. So back home, whenever I can go pick it up and make room in the garage, I'm gonna go pick up a Challenger 71, and then in the driveway, I got my little commute car, my 01 Tacoma.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So with that Challenger, is it a runner? Is it a shell? I mean,
Oh, man,
is it a
that
full
one-
project?
That one is so that one was my grandpa's, was my dad's. Now it's mine. I just have to go get the keys. It's the outside, all the rust is gone. It's clean, painted. It's Go Mango orange. But the engine's from 1978. It was pulled out of a motorhome, so it has no compression, has the smallest cam, has tiny valves, so it needs a new engine or to be overhauled. But the goal is to make like around 500 naturally aspirated. That's the end goal right there. So I know for Max, he likes that BMW VTEC. So
I think it's a perfect segue. So yeah, so my name's Max. My full name's Maximilian. You can call me Max, Maxi Poo, Maxi Bear. I really don't care. So I got into cars in a little bit of a different way. You know, a lot of people kind of were just always into cars. That wasn't the case for me. I got into cars because of a girl. There's a yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had a girl that I was friends with in high school. I had a little bit of thing for her, and so we were hanging out all the time. And she was super into cars. Had a pretty tricked out Mustang. It was pretty dope. And she one day just finally got me to start doing stuff to my car, and I got hooked, and I've been into it ever since. So I have a few cars. I have my daily. I have a 2011 BMW 5 Series. Perfect commuter. Insanely reliable, super comfortable, not very fast though. And then I have like my fun car. I have an 07 3 Series 328. It's pretty dumb. It's wrapped like a million different colors. It's bagged on 3-piece wheels. It's your typical like Instagram stance boy build.
Hot boy.
For people that don't know, what's a 3-piece wheel?
So a 3-piece wheel, it's a wheel that's literally 3 separate pieces. So you got a lip, barrel, and a face, and they're like bolted and sealed together. You get the ultimate clout points with them at the expense of a moolah.
Wouldn't it fall apart though?
No,
Because it's glued together?
no, they're bolted together too. So they have bolts that are tightened to hold them together, and then they're sealed with a sealant to keep the air from leaking out. But so BMW is going to be for sale soon. I'm fixing some stuff on it to get it out the door, and I had a pretty fun little project on my hand. I just recently purchased a 1977 Datsun 280Z. Been looking for one my whole life, or my whole life since I've been into cars. And I'm excited to start building it soon.
Oh yeah, dude. The Datsuns are, dude, the 240, 260, and 280Zs, not the ZX. So I think is yours the last year before they segued into the ZX?
So I haven't even checked the actual year yet. I think it's a 77 or 78. It's one of the two. It's a shell.
Oh, okay.
But the 78 was the last year that they were,
style?
yeah, before it became the Nissan 280ZX.
Okay, yeah. So the 240, 60, and 80Z, man, those are just classic. I mean, I don't, to this day, it's hard to even find another car that looks as good as that one does.
I don't know. I think it's okay. I'm not a big fan.
You know what?
I don't know. That's just me. I'm not a big fan of the Z's at all. Like, I don't know. I'll get a lot of hate for that.
It's all right.
I'm just
drive a
not.
Nissan.
Hey, I mean, it's true.
I know. I drive a Nissan. I don't like the Z's.
Hey, man, you like what you like, but for me, it's just always been such a timeless look. It's always been such a classic design. There's just something about them. It's one of those cars that, regardless of whether like you're into cars or not, you know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you know the guy who made it? I don't even know his name. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. my dog sneezed. Dude, the guy who made it, he's like a Japanese guy, right? Like from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to America, and dude, he's completely cowboyed out, dude. He wears the cowboy hat, cowboy boots, like thick denim. It was crazy. It's cool though. Like, I didn't know that, dude. I saw this on a documentary or something, and yeah, dude, it's a cool dude.
That is cool. Interesting. What do you think about the 400Z, Max?
Dude, as soon as I have the money, I'm buying one. I love the 400Z. At first, I didn't like it, but the more I saw pictures of it, the more I got used to the design. I thought they did like a perfect job, like they did with, like kind of recreating that old look and modernizing it, like Dodge did with the Challenger, like Ford did with the like mid 2000s Mustangs. They just like did such a good job of mixing like that classic design with modern styling, and just making something that's like retro but futuristic at the same time.
You're not going to get it in that green color, are you? Because I think that's what kills it for me.
Dude, that green color is so sick. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
It's not even for sale.
Wrap it that color then.
They said they're not selling it in green.
Jesus.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. I feel like it's like a Frankenstein car of Z's.
I for sure like the old one better, and the new one looks too much like,
yeah.
Like I'm looking at it right now, and do they come from the factory with 20s?
Yeah.
What? That's bold. I love
cars
the tail
are so
lights.
much bigger.
They are. I love the taillights. The taillights are super cool. It's the front to me. It looks like the Supra a little bit. Which isn't a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that bumper.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. I feel like the headlights are the same as the new Subaru.
They're similar, but one thing I've heard from quite a few people who've seen them in person, or seeing kind of weirder, like less conventional like photo angles, is that there's a lot of details that like kind of the traditional beauty shots don't really show.
Yeah.
And so that's what everybody says, is that, you know, they look all right in the photos, and then like you see them in person, you see all the different little design cues, and it's what the small cues you don't see in the photos is what makes them look great.
Well, I'm looking.
So I was just gonna say, so you're gonna buy a car that's not photogenic,
yeah,
and then post it online, and only be like, you have to see it in person.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I see what Max is talking about. I'm looking at photographs, but dude, the inside, the interior is pretty sick. I'm happy you can buy it in a manual.
But so in the meantime, though, for my cars, because when it comes to cars, I'm a BMW guy and I'm a Nissan guy. It's kind of a weird combination. I'm also a Porsche guy. Those are like my big threes. But to replace the 5 Series once I'm ready for a new daily, I think I'm gonna get like a 2012 M3, because those things they're pretty affordable for what they are right now. You can get one in like the mid-20s, and they're pretty gnarly. 400 horsepower V8, revs to 8K stock. They scream.
I bet. So Max, you said that your Datsun was just a shell, and you're talking about how you love Porsche and BMW and Nissan.
Mm-hmm.
I said that I'm a Honda guy and a Dodge guy. So what engine is gonna be put in that Datsun, since you love Porsche, BMW, and Nissan so much?
I'm gonna put the perfect engine for a guy who likes those 3 kind of cars in there. I'm gonna do a Honda K24.
Of course.
Hey,
If people don't know what that is, what is that?
So the K24 is an engine that came in a lot of Hondas and a lot of Acuras. So there's like 10 different variants. I'm getting the one that came in the old Acura TSXs, and it's a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, and they make like 240-ish horsepower, 250-ish horsepower, like with some basic bolt-ons, but you can turbo them and have like an easy 500 horsepower all day. And they're insanely cheap. Like you can pick up the top tier one, the K24A2. You can pick one up for like $900.
So for all of you guys who think 250 horsepower is slow, just the RX-7, NSX, what is it? The GTR all came with 276 horsepower from the factory. And dude, 250 is plenty to have fun with, especially in that little Datsun for the time being. But I already know you're going to put way more. Yeah. I mean, dude, honestly, I think like 350 is like pushing it. Not pushing it. I would be happy with 350 in that car, just because of how small and light it is in the wheelbase. Well,
so that's kind of, I'm probably going to be around 350 to 400.
Yeah.
As a daily, I never understood. I'm probably not going to daily it, but I'm daily, definitely.
But get closer to 800 then.
No. Here's the thing. Like here in America, like we have this weird obsession with like horsepower. Like it's always, hey, let's get as much horsepower as we can. Oh, 500 horsepower isn't a lot anymore. Now, like we need to have 700. Oh, like your car isn't fast if it doesn't have 1,000 horsepower. But
I agree.
They're not drivable when you have that much power. So I'd rather have something that's like, 350 horsepower, and I can just beat the piss out of constantly and have fun with it on the streets.
Oh, dude, I don't think people even understand like, okay, cool. 700 horsepower is dope, right? When you have traction control, ABS, stability control, all these other fucking modules on your controlling how much power is going to the wheels, like they don't realize that they're not actually using 700 all the time. They're probably using maybe half, like when they get rolling. Yeah, if even. Now, if you put 350, 400 in that with no ABS, no traction control, no stability control, dude, you're gonna have so much fun in that thing.
It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be a little death trap.
Oh, 100%.
What color are you gonna do?
It's hard. So the car's yellow right now. And I guess the yellow is kind of a rare color for the Datsuns, but I really want to paint it a blue. It's always the color I've wanted for one of those. And I'm either gonna do the Nissan the Skyline Bayside blue, or I'm gonna do the BMW San Marino blue. And the Bayside's like a really like typical like just blue, just in your face blue. But the San Marino is like a really dark blue. It's got like purple in it, so it transitions based on how the light hits it.
Oh, do that one. Done. Decided. That's the one.
I think you should do the new Nissan 400Z color.
Dude, that color honestly is so ugly.
Yeah, it really is. They should have released.
They could have picked a better color.
I think for the press release, they could have done a different color. I think if they did a
I'm still
press
staring at
release
this
with
thing.
Max's blue on the new 400Z, it would have been. My perspective on this Nissan would have been so much different.
I feel like they picked a color that doesn't show the car
Yeah, it's a little bit too bright to kind of
at
show
all.
the body lines.
Yeah. Do you know why they picked that color? I have no idea. Is there a
I
reason?
really don't know, honestly. I assume they just wanted a color that kind of stood out and is not something you see every day.
But they're not even selling it in that color. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this whole situation.
I think we should pivot a little bit since we're all trying to learn about ourselves in this fun little group therapy session. I would like to know, now we know what everybody drives, what everybody has. What's your guys' dream cars? Like, what's the car that wets your pants every night?
Well, Max, you kind of already got your dream car, huh? Or 240 or 280.
That's one of them, but that's not like, I have a few.
Oh, you're not wet yet?
So when we talk about dream cars, like how many are we allowed to have? Because it's hard to pick one.
So let's do like your top 3 like dream cars, and they can be like attainable. Let's do one attainable dream car.
Yeah.
And like one, like, I don't want to say unobtainable, but like one less attainable dream car.
All right.
Everything's attainable as long as you can steal it.
Hey,
you'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree with Andrew. I think anything's obtainable, so I'll just pick my top 3. But so, all right, my dream growing up, ever since that 2008, the new Challenger came out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that one, FYI, because it's old.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted like either a matching one or a complete opposite of the 71 Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be pretty cool. But I'd want to get at least 2015 or newer in a manual with at least the 6.4 liter or higher, so that it's either that or the Hellcat. And I think those cars are sick, dude. And then keeping it in that Dodge fanboy, Dodge cult thing, I need a Viper. I need a 97 Dodge Viper. That is the dream goal. Dude, did you know those cars have stickers on their freaking side skirts when you open the door that says, "Be careful, you're gonna burn your leg on the pipe"?
Wait, what?
Dude, it came from the factory with this sticker, and it said, "Be careful, don't burn your leg next to the tailpipe or whatever," because that whole side skirt gets hot because that's where the freaking exhaust runs through.
That's right, because they're side exhaust, right?
Yeah, all of them are side exhaust.
So is that's the Gen 2 Viper, right? The 97?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what is it specifically about that as opposed to like a Gen 3 or like the last one?
So the last one I like a lot. But I don't know, it's just a different time for Dodge. That was when they got bought out by Fiat. So Fiat, by the way, also owns Ferrari. So a lot of Ferrari engineers helped design and create the Viper, but it's a little bit too Italian for me. And then the third gen, I'm just not a fan of the body style. And then, dude, that second gen is just pure American. Like, hey, let's throw a V8 or a V10 in this car. Put side pipes, no traction control, no ABS, no AC. Has to come in a manual. Like that one's just that one's basically a race car you can buy.
I heard they're making a new one.
I hope they make a new one.
Is it true?
I don't know.
I heard there's rumors.
I've been searching that up maybe once a month for the past, I don't know, 6 years.
Would you rather get the new one or the old one?
The old one, 97.5, dude. Best freaking year of all time for the Viper.
Damn.
All right, so what's your last dream car then?
I don't know, dude. Something with 4 doors. I guess I'd have to own a 4-door, right?
No, you just tie them on the back.
Tie them on the back. Get a Honda.
Or just get like I don't know.
My third obtainable car or dream car is a Honda Beat. with stock wheels.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Honda Beats are so
I'm
sick.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do like the Honda Beats.
For people that don't know, what is a Honda Beat?
So the Honda Beats, you're probably better at explaining it than I am.
Oh, dude, it's like they don't even measure the engine in liters or cubic inches. They measure it like a motorcycle. It's CCs.
CC?
I'm not entirely sure how many CCs it is, but it's not enough.
I'm looking it up right now. What is it called? Beat?
Yeah, the Honda Beat. It probably makes like 100 horsepower, I want to say.
Yeah, so they're super tiny cars.
It's a 656 cc.
656.
Jesus.
Dude, they
So-
make bikes.
And it's a
bigger
5-speed
than that.
manual.
Yeah, so they're a type of car called a K car, and basically, like, they're mini cars. So for size reference,
It's
a
so
first
cute.
gen Miata, like an NA Miata, is like big compared to like a Honda Beat.
I wouldn't recommend this car if you're over
6 feet.
5. No, I was gonna say 5'7". I feel like if you're over 5'7", you're just not. I won't fit in that car. Like,
Oh, I'm so
I'm
excited. I'm
5'11".
finally tall enough for something.
yeah, for a 656cc car.
Yeah, it's 1,600 pounds too.
Oh wow, that's crazy light.
Damn.
Okay, how many
Alright,
horsepower
alright.
is 656 cc's?
That's
I have no
probably
idea.
like 70 horsepower.
I want to say, I don't know. I feel like it's less.
Oh wait, here it is. 64 horsepower, boys. 64. I found it. At only at 8,000 RPM though.
Dang, it only revs to 8. That kind of upsets me. I wish, because it's like a motorcycle engine essentially. Like, I wish it
Yeah.
revved up to like 12.
Actually, it revs to 8,100.
Oh, okay. You know,
So,
justified. I take back what I just said.
You know, 8K is a lot for a car, though.
But that torque, the 44 feet-pounds of torque.
You said 8,000
That
a lot.
really gets
You're
me.
right. I mean, 6,500 is kind of like the
It's kind of the
standard.
standard.
I hardly ever see any cars though in between that range. It's either, well, I mean, mine's in between that range. The Prelude redlines at 7,200. Other than my car,
That's because you have a different engine. So
that's true.
So,
Yeah.
Andrew, what would be your dream cars? What would be the cars that just make you go, wow, like one day I gotta have that?
Eco.
well, this is, I don't know, mine are okay. So I'm all over the place. So the one I really want right now is the Roadster, because that 0 to 60, I just want that because then I can shut everyone up that's in the car. But that's like the main reason, because like they'll be like, oh, then launch it and they'll be like, oh fuck, and I don't know. If I'm dating someone, they're complaining, I'll just floor it and they'll shut up.
Dude,
That's a big thing for
with
me.
that Tesla, have you seen how they gave test drives in it? Like the launch test
Which
drives.
one?
Yeah.
The one where
Oh,
they
yeah,
drive
yeah.
through the tunnel and it has like a whole bunch of lights.
Yeah.
You should get that as your garage.
Yes. I'll get like a long driveway and then have the tunnel.
Yeah.
And then I'll just like
Just gun
Take
it
off.
Yeah.
every time.
That would never get old.
No, I'd be so happy every day. Oh my god, I'm already smiling. I want it now. They need to come out with it already. I'm gonna pre-order. I need 15 people to pre-order using my code, and then I'll get a free one.
So I
anyone-
speaking of that, I actually I was talking to my uncle and my aunt the other day, and they're people who've done pretty well for themselves, so they kind of can buy the cars that they want to enjoy, and but they've never been like crazy big car people, so I never really talked to them too much about it. And then my aunt just comes up to me, big little smirk on her face, and she goes, "You want to drive my Cybertruck and my Roadster when they come in?" What? Like, what do you mean? She goes, yeah, we put the deposit down. We're gonna get them. They got the Cybertruck with the dual motor, the fast one that's got like 700 horsepower, something crazy like that.
What's the range on that? Is it like?
So I think it's supposed to be like
the Roadster is
the Roadster is like 400 miles, I believe. But then the Cybertruck with the triple motor is supposed to be, I think it's like 600 horsepower and like 600 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I like the Cybertruck. I think it's cool.
yeah, you can fit the Roadster in the Cybertruck in the back.
I
I
love
How
the
much does the
Cybertruck
Roadster weigh
because
compared to the kid car? I'll do the research. You guys talk.
the Roadster is
All
probably
right.
pretty heavy. I would say it's probably a 3,500, 4,000 pound car.
It doesn't even have side mirrors. Screw safety. We'll use cameras, and then when it rains, you can't see out of them. It's okay. It's fine. While I was looking at that, my other car has to be a McLaren P1, just because I can never control them inside Forza. So I got to make it so I can never turn anywhere, and then I'll be super excited. And I'll take 2 lanes. You know, when you're turning left, I'll take both. I'll be that guy. But that's for sure my next one. And then I have to say I want an old car. I don't know which one, like the old Mercedes, like the convertible one. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram. It kind of looks like the SL300, but it's a convertible. And it like was like wide bodied and like slammed like pretty bad.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. The Sling SL.
Was that the Sling?
Yeah. So builder
That's
out
so
in
badass.
California who just builds this gnarly like steampunk style cars. He has that SL that's like a I think it's like a newer SL underneath, like a early 2000s one. And then he's also got a like an old Porsche Spider that's got a Subaru engine in it.
What?
Dude, you're like turning into Raul with the Mercedes.
Hey. I like Mercedes.
I didn't know you liked Mercedes.
I feel like if you're gonna get a Mercedes, you cannot get the A class. I think that's just disgusting. But I like certain types of Mercedes. I like the AMGs, of course, all of the AMGs.
What's that brand that they make? The like updated brand, like the super high performance one.
AMG.
The Brabus.
Brabus, yeah, dude, those are cool.
Dude, Brabus. That's where if I'm getting a Mercedes, that's where I'm gonna go through. Brabus, of course. Or what's the other one? The Mason one?
Oh, Mansory.
Mansory, yeah, that one's pretty badass too. Because they do all kinds of cars. They don't just do.
Yeah, they've done everything from like Mercedes to Bugattis. They have like a crazy full carbon fiber body conversion for the old Veyrons. And it's like,
oh really?
Yeah, it's like
what? They make a body kit for that.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like $100,000 or something crazy like that. But it's like a wide body for a Veyron. It replaces like every single panel in it.
We should get the dimensions from the Bugatti Veyron, right? Figure out the dimensions and make a JDM Hot Boy wide body version of it and sell it for 20 grand.
Oh, did you not listen to the intro I made? Like, I could barely fix my own car. How am I going to build that?
Dude, we'll just get garden foam. Like, it doesn't have to be good. Like, it has to be decent enough to where some dude, like, who just bought a Bugatti is like, oh, I'm just going to go blow, just 20 grand. And like, we'll be 20 grand richer. We're making this terrible body kit.
God.
They're going to put it on, it's going to rain, and that's it. That's done.
But that's fine for that, dude. That's fine. They're like, it was 20 grand. It's fine. It's cool. Well, and the dude who ever bought it is probably in Dubai with like a whole bunch of credit card debt. He's going to have to flee and leave it anyway. So it's like free money, essentially.
Dude, I want to go to Dubai just to take those cars in the junkyard.
Right?
I don't know if you can buy those anymore. I know there was a point in time where you could. But I don't know if you can still do that.
Everything's
we'll just rent a boat and we'll go steal one, and then
there you go.
We'll leave, and then we'll be in international waters. So then it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Or what's your other? Was that 3 for you already?
That was 3.
Ooh.
Dude, what happened to your Q50 or Q60? Is that gone now? Is the dream done?
Maybe. I don't know. I like the Q60, but I have mixed feelings on it now because I kind of want a 4-door car.
Get a Q50.
And the Q60 is just a GTR engine. And a Nissan. So I'd rather get a GTR.
Yeah, the GTR has 4 seats, 5 seats.
That's true. But there's not enough features. Like the new ones don't have a lot of features.
Well,
It's
yeah,
more like just
the
race.
problem with the GTRs is they were cool and they came out like in the Stone Ages, but they've literally 2008, I think they came out, which that's an eternity for a car model to be around 12 years without any like major updating.
Yeah, it's like the Tesla hasn't changed.
Well, that's how the Challenger is. The Challenger hasn't changed at all since 2008. I mean, the interior, dude. Trust me.
I'd argue that while they kind of kept with that classic like Challenger Charger look, I'd say that the cars themselves have been like heavily updated throughout the years. I mean, like nowadays you get really nice interiors, you get really nice tech. I mean, shit, they went from the fastest version being like a 400 horsepower car to like an 850 horsepower like wheelie monster. But with the GTR,
I want to get the minivan,
but
low-key.
It's the same frame. It's the same frame, same chassis, same body panels. Essentially, they're a little different.
Mhm.
Like this one has a lip, but they'll all bolt onto each other. The front grills are pretty much all the same except for 2015, which is why I want a 2015 or newer one. Like it's just little things. And then the engine options. There's like a billion ways. But how many times has the Mustang been redesigned since 2008?
Quite a few times.
Yeah. So you feel my pain in terms of I feel like it hasn't changed enough. The same thing with the GTR. Like,
see, I'm used to
hasn't changed at all.
I'm used to BMW where it's like, okay, our car's been out for like 6 years. Time to roll out a whole new generation and piss off like all the enthusiasts from the last generation.
Yeah, but at least you can pick and choose like what you like.
Sure. All right. So Nick, we got your dream cars. Andrew, we got your dream cars. Now it's my turn. So I got interesting dream cars. My first one is actually probably the most attainable one. It's a FD RX-7. I love rotary engines. I like high revving cars. I think it's more fun to have something that's NA and like revs really high rather than something that's like turbo and just like makes turbo noises. I don't know. That's just how I am. It's because I'm into motorsports and stuff like that. But I love rotary engines, and on top of that, the body of the FD, it's just such a timeless look. I'd argue it's probably one of the prettiest cars to come out of Japan.
Yeah, and the taillights on the RX-7 is sick.
Yeah, they're pretty badass.
Your coworker has one, huh? That's what you were telling me the other day.
Yeah, he does. He does. At work, he was like, "Oh yeah, I have an RX-7," and then I showed it to me. And I was like, "Oh shit!" But he hasn't done anything yet. So I told him he needs lower it. Lower is better. You ride too high, sparks don't fly. So they have to fly, or you ain't high. You're too high.
That was great.
Yeah.
So, hey, no wheel gap saves lives.
It really does. For all of you guys who don't have lowered cars, or you guys are car enthusiasts, before you get this is my suggestion. Before you get wheels, engine mods, anything, lower your car first. It changes everything. It makes your car feel so much better. It's more fun instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Squatting was pretty nice. I didn't have to go sideways on a speed bump.
Bro, you don't even have to go sideways. Your car's still high as fuck.
No, dude. On my driveway, I can't. I'll scrape every time if I don't go sideways.
This car's pretty low. I have a video of us with his first setting, how we did it when we when we installed it. FYI, it should have taken us like how long? Like maybe an hour, 2 hours to do it.
Yeah.
It took us like 9 hours.
It took all day. We did it in a parking lot, and took up 2 spots and bought a little cover in the summertime in Arizona. God. And it was over 100 degrees.
I think it was 112 degrees when we changed his coilovers.
So
yeah,
working on cars in the Arizona summer is like the worst thing ever. It's just horrible. I remember I had a buddy who had a 2012 Camaro, and he wanted to bag it. He bought this really nice airlift suspension, and he's like, yeah, we're like, it'll be a quick, easy install. We'll just do it. when it's cooler out, gets impatient, and like a week later, he's like, okay, we're doing this now. So in the middle of August, 110 degrees out, we did air suspension, and you wanted to die. You just wanted to die. It is the worst feeling ever.
Damn, dude. Yeah, when me and Andrew were doing it, it was pretty fucking hot. The only thing that kept us alive was the Cider Boys. Shout out, Cider Boys. Hell yeah. Great drink, by the way.
They did. It is. Gives you just enough of everything at one time.
It really does. It's like,
Yeah.
if you guys don't know what it is, it's like, what's the popular version of that? Angry Orchard?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
It's
Or
like
Reds.
a cider, like an apple cider, peach cider.
It's a hard
pretty
cider.
good.
Yeah.
Hard cider, yeah.
All right.
So what are your other ones, Max?
So the next one is going to be the Porsche 911, the 993 generation. So like the mid 90s. I've always grown up around, even before I was into cars, I grew up around Porsches. My dad has a classic 911 that he's had since I was like 3 years old. And it's just, there's something special about those cars. They're just so different. There's nothing that drives like them. There's nothing that really sounds like them. It's probably like out the box, one of the most track focused cars you can get without getting like those crazy, like basically like off the shelf race cars.
Okay.
And the engine's in the back, so that's always fun because they're really easy to spin out and crash.
Do those ones, are they known for snap oversteer?
Oh yeah, they're known to snap oversteer like all the time. Like you got to.
Are all Porsches like snap oversteer prone?
Yeah, all of
Since
them
they're
are.
much-
The newer ones aren't nearly as bad just because the modern tech and everything, but the old ones, oh god, they're scary. So like I drive my dad's like 88 911 every now and then, and like it's sketchy. Like if you gun it and like you're on the gas and you let off like while the steering wheel's not straight, like you feel the chassis twist and move.
Wow.
They're sketch because what it is the rear wheel drive, but the engine's in the back, and so what happens is when you floor it, the engine squats and the back end squats, and it puts weight on the wheels, which is what gives you grip. So if you let go, it takes all the weight off, and you just spin.
Yeah,
Just put
the
weights in the
MR2
front,
is-
it'll be fine.
Yeah, just put some plates in the front, even it out.
Yeah,
Lower
you'll
your
be
car
fine.
too. That's
Yeah.
probably the answer. Actually,
It helps.
I don't know why
It's a
Porsche
2-for-1.
do this from the factory.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why they're just part of the reason why they're really popular platforms to mod is there's a lot you can do with them, but like simple modifications like coilovers, wider wheels and tires, they remove a lot of that sketchiness. They kind of fix a lot of those like snap oversteer issues. That's why like with the old ones, the RWB, the wide bodies are so popular. It's because not only do they look badass, but having just such insanely wide wheels and tires on them like virtually eliminates the snap oversteer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never even thought of that when I see those RWB cars. I just think they look badass.
Right? I agree.
Yeah, but now I'm actually gonna like pay attention to that now. But
Yeah.
what else, Max? What's your next
So
car?
My last one is a little bit less attainable. I think I still get it one day, but it's definitely on the more expensive side. It's going to be the Ferrari, the 458 Italia. So I've never been like a huge supercar guy. I've always been into like Euro sports cars and like Japanese tuners, but 458 is just special. It's just a unique experience. I think it's really cool because it just it defined what a supercar should be when it came out. And that's just because that was like the first supercar that like I got into. I've always seen that car, and that's always been like in my mind what a supercar should be.
What year?
I think it came out in like 09. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I know they made them until like
Which one do you want?
Huh? It doesn't
Which year do you want?
doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter as long as I get one.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
come
they-
to my neighbor's house, and then I'll give you the keys, and then we can go take it.
Let's hope shout out to your neighbor. Hope you're not listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
If so, I'll bring it back eventually.
No, he won't.
He doesn't need to know that.
No, he won't. He'll replace it with another Ferrari, a
Yeah.
Ferrari California, and he'll swap it out for
Ew.
you. The new Ferrari California. Yeah, those are
Ew.
so
That's
nasty.
the housewife's Ferrari.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the midwife
Yeah,
Ferrari.
that's the Ferrari for people who don't like cars and just want to
It
say
really
they have
is. They're
Ferrari.
like, yeah, 100%. Is that the Ferrari, the Super races in Fast and Furious? What Ferrari
Oh,
was
that
that?
was like an old. I don't even remember. I thought that was an old like 430 or 360. Let me look it
I
up.
don't know. Did they make the 360 in 2001?
Yeah, the 360 came out in like the 90s.
Which one? Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? What was before the
It's the
458?
spider.
The F430 and the 430 Scuderia.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was a. I just googled it. That looks like an old. I think it's a 348.
It's a F355
Yeah,
Spider.
350.
1995.
Is that one even fast?
Not by
it's a
today's
Ferrari.
standards,
Well,
but
obviously.
like back when they came out, they were quick.
Top of the line Ferrari for 19. What year was it, Andrew?
1995.
Well, so it's interesting because like the way Ferrari classifies their cars, they don't have like a quote unquote like top of the line car.
Yeah.
Wait, it's a V5? What is
No, it should be a V8 because they generally do their cars in two ways with a few exceptions. It's either like mid-engined in V8 or it's front-end and it's V12.
Mm. Is that the only way they do it?
Like there's a few
That's weird.
exceptions. Like they had the California, which was a front-engine V8, and then they had the like in the 80s the Testarossa, which was I think it was a flat 12 mid-engine.
The Testarossa, I think, is the most beautiful Ferrari. I know people love the F40. The F40 is cool. But the Testarossa is just, I think it's the best Ferrari ever made. I think it's just one of the best.
The Testarossa is super badass. Kind of, I don't think it's a beautiful car. I think it's actually kind of ugly. Like, but it's cool. And I don't mean it like looks bad, but it's kind of like a lot of like Lamborghinis and Ferraris at that time. They don't look good because they're like aesthetically like they're pretty. They look good because they look ridiculous.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that they definitely capture the 80s.
Yeah.
Certain standpoint. There's very few 80s cars that I like, and that one for sure is one of them.
I see a Testarossa. I think Miami. I think cocaine. I think strippers.
Right? You know, Dr. Dre used to have one, and then there was one in Wolf of Wall Street. He had a white one.
No, that was a Countach.
Or was it a Countach? No, he had a Ferrari. It wasn't the one that he crashed. He was in the beginning, like just describing his life, and he was like, "Yeah, by the way, that one's mine." And then he was like, "This is a Duchess." Like right in the very beginning.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's in that movie for like 4 seconds.
We know, so now we know each other's kind of how we got into cars, like what we have and kind of what we want. So what kind of motorsports are you guys into?
Let's hear it, Andrew.
That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I'm not a huge motorsports fan for some weird reason, but I do like Formula E and IndyCar racing.
Okay.
So those, I'll have to say those are my two.
I didn't like Formula E at first, but dude, once you kind of described how it's low key like Mario Kart, it's pretty cool.
It is. There's like fast lanes, and then you can vote for them to go faster.
Dude,
oh my god, it's so much
pretty
fun.
Cool.
Dude, Formula E is awesome. It's Formula E is what Formula One should be. I feel like it is. No, think about it, dude. Formula One nowadays is it's not as fun as it used to be. All the cars are like do a lot of the work nowadays compared to how they used to. Like nowadays, the drivers don't drive them like to the limits like they did before
'Cause
with
they
like
would
the
die.
80s and the 90s F1 cars.
I
And
would.
everything's
I
almost
don't
like
know.
too
I would
level
beg
of a
to
playing field.
100% differ. It's definitely not even playing field because Mercedes has won, I think, 7 years in a row now. They're all trying to.
with that one driver.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Then
Hamilton.
the amount of money they can spend it's all variable. Like, so Mercedes, since they keep winning, they can spend more money in that sport. But they are, like, to keep it short, they are going to revise all the rules, the car designs, and put a salary cap on each team. Not this upcoming season, but the season after. So, and if you look
That
into
should
those
help.
cars, like, dude, those cars are going to be super cool, super fun. They're going to be dope. And they designed them to be able to be closer to each other. So they're not going to be as fast, but it's going to be more aggressive, and you're going to see more overtakes all the time.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what I was trying to get at. I don't think I worded it very well. To me, it's just not exciting enough. Because, like, that is my big problem. Is, dude, like, you have a race and have like 2 hours of racing, and you'll have like 3 passes for the whole race.
Front.
And
it's hard when you have to race
not exciting like it used to be
all the time. Guy's a beast.
He needs to retire.
Yeah.
Isn't he starting his own race thing?
I think he was trying to. I wasn't sure if he got any further than what he did.
Maybe.
Interesting.
So, how about you, Nick? What's your favorite? What's your favorite motorsports?
I am a little butthurt that Honda is no longer going to create engines for Formula One. Yeah, they backed up.
They left to the better races.
Oh, really?
I don't know, dude. I think they were focusing more on electric motorsports. I know BMW, that's one of the reasons why BMW doesn't participate in Formula One anymore. They do compete in Formula E as well as Porsche. But Formula One, I think it's just, I don't know, the most intense racing there is. If you compare it to an IndyCar, per lap, I forget which track it was, but the Formula One cars are like 35 seconds faster than the Indy cars. They are so fast.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then in order to drive that thing, it's crazy. And the engineering and all of it, I think it's just.
Well, yeah, you're pulling G's on every turn.
Huh?
You're pulling G's on every turn.
Yeah, they pull up to 7 G's on turns. Yeah, it's an insane sport. The TV really doesn't capture how fast they're going. It kind of sucks. I think that would just make it more entertaining if they could.
You wouldn't even be able to see the car.
I don't know. Maybe they can.
They had like.
I don't know what they would be able to do. I just wish you can really feel the speed through the TV almost. But VR, dude, VR would be cool. They should be VR sports. That's a good idea.
That would actually be. That would be super cool if they did that for like fan experiences. You get on your VR headset and you could watch the Formula One races from your VR headset.
Yeah, that would
be dope. So they put you on the GoPro cam that's like in the cockpit.
That would be super cool. You know, it'd be cool. That'd also be cool though, just for regular viewing angles, like for, I know Andrew likes hockey. Like if you just want to see somebody get laid out in their point of view, that would be so cool. Or football, like if you want to get in Tom Brady's head, like to see what he sees, like that would be super cool. I would pay for that. Right?
That would be pretty
Holy
badass.
Shit, I think we're onto something.
Please.
All right, done.
Andrew, go follow and listen.
That'd be cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, I like Formula One, and then I like just like autocross. I think Pikes Peak is really cool. And then I'm trying to get into rally, but I just can't find the right league or the right thing to watch. I know, dude.
Rally's not what it used to be.
I look up on YouTube, and obviously I'm watching Group B rally, and it's badass, right? But now I see
they'll bring it back. They should bring it back.
They should bring it back. They should take away how close the freaking crowd is allowed to stand next to the cars. That's crazy. Have you
Yeah.
seen those videos where the people get hit by the cars at like 80 miles an hour?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so funny enough, for me, for my favorite
Oh,
motorsport, I was
really?
gonna say like Group B is one of my favorites. I love watching the old Group B videos just because they're so insane. Like they really are. Like Donut Media did a great like video about Group B on their Up to Speed, but they're just so insane. Like the drivers had to be so ballsy to do the shit that they did
No.
because obviously they're not driving as fast as Formula One, but they're doing Formula One style driving
Yeah. Well, not
like
even
On a
now,
mountain.
in
dude. Like,
production cars
I feel like
on the
in
dirt.
Formula One, for the majority, like, yeah, it's extremely dangerous and there's probably a lot of pressure, but you don't have to deal with fucking gravel and trees and snow. Like, you know how
And people.
intense it has to be for the driver to just go ahead and say, like, hey, I'm going to risk my life today. It's insane.
Well, yeah. Well, like you're in a Formula One car, and like let's say you lose grip, you spin out. You got runoffs, you got sand pits to slow you down and keep you from hitting anything else, dude. You're in Group B rally, and like literally, you lose your control, and there's a tree like
Yeah.
5 feet to the right
I'm
that's
gonna start a
like kick out the
petition
car.
on our website to bring it back. We'll do it in we'll just buy an island, or we should like pitch in, and we'll just do it on that island, and then we'll be fine.
We should convert Epstein's Island into a Group B rally. Yeah.
There you go.
Epstein's Motorsport Park.
We'll have a specific really crazy turn and call it the Epstein.
We'll use the fight island. We'll share it
God.
with UFC.
Yeah,
Maybe.
no, let's not do that.
We'll
I feel
spell
like
it
that's going to
different.
end
It'll be
really
fine.
badly. So you're in a rally, you're into Formula One. Is there anything else that like makes you go wow
For me, that's
when it comes
dude.
to
For
motorsports,
you,
or is that
you
about
got
it?
rally. What else for you?
So like every Instagram stance boy, I like Formula Drift. Formula Drift is it's not like it's just fun to watch. I'm not really someone who follows it super closely. It's just fun to watch. But for me,
Okay.
I'm really into I'm into Global Time Attack. I think
What
Global
is
Time
that?
Attack is tons of fun, and I think part of basically it's this racing series where instead of like having open wheel or like wheel to wheel racing, it's one car on the track at a time.
Is it
and
just
it's
normal
like,
tracks or is it
who
off
can get
road?
the fastest time?
Oh, okay.
No, they do it on normal tracks.
Oh, is Pikes Peak classified as that or no?
I don't know actually. I don't know if they're part of like the Global Time Attack
Yeah.
League, but I know like it's kind of the same idea.
Interesting.
But what's really cool about Global Time Attack, there's so many different classes. Like you can be a professional race team, you can be like some of the best like drivers in the world, and you can go do a Global Time Attack event and compete with other people at that level. But if you're like, let's say I want to take my little 200 horsepower 328 and like go run GTA, there's a class where I can enter my car. So it's like regardless of the skill level, you can do it.
Yeah, that is what probably makes that sport. It's to me, I can't watch. Like, there's a few that I can watch, but like the fact that like whatever, like you just said, any car you have, you can go participate rather than just watch.
That's true. It makes it a little bit more interesting.
Well, that's the fun of it, is that it's just so accessible. But like you see some absolutely crazy cars in Global Time Attack. Like there's everything from like 1200 horsepower GTRs to like 400 horsepower Integras that are like competing against each other in Global Time Attack.
That's so crazy. Damn.
And they've even had like people like the Chair Slayer. They've even had people like the Chair Slayer compete in Global Time Attack. I don't remember which car he drove. I think it was that 1200 horsepower GTR. They like put some hand controls in it.
Oh my gosh.
And he just wouldn't.
Oh, that made me okay. Dream car. I thought of another one. You ready? You ready for this? You ready? This is big. F1. I want an F1 car, street legal. I was talking to you about it last time.
My dude,
It's
my
good.
guy.
I want
That's
it.
pretty cool. But I don't even think that's attainable, like not because of finances, but that's like not
I
attainable
will
because
make
of
it
like
attainable.
legality.
All right, I'll make it a foreign car, so I'll get that diplomat thing, so I can put diplomat plates on it.
It doesn't work that way.
Nick, I was saying, um,
He
agree.
wants to get an
Yeah.
F1 car and make it street legal.
yeah,
that's
and then
like
if
his
it
other
doesn't
dream
work,
car.
I'll get diplomatic plates, and then we can drive it on the street, and we'll be okay.
Well, so there's companies that have actually tried to make like Formula One style like street legal cars, and there's a lot of them that are super sick. Obviously, the one a lot of people know is like the BAC Mono, but there was one, I think it was the Caparo T1, something like that. It had like this canopy that went over you. It had like a 700 horsepower V8, and I like to catch on fire a lot. They just, would be so cool. But I just feel like the engineering that goes behind an F1 car just wouldn't work on a street
I don't know.
car.
I beg to
I
differ
don't
because
know.
like
It's gonna happen.
I'm not trying to kill your dream.
Well, dude, I mean the F1 cars, they have 1 million sensors on them, right? Like that's a fact. Like they have 1 million
Mhm.
sensors. That's how many things they have to measure. But
Yeah.
essentially, all they
Well, it's $1
are,
million.
for those who don't know, and Engineering Explained on YouTube has a video about it. But the only difference is essentially, for their engines at least, is that they rev a lot higher, and they're designed to rev a lot higher, and they're only made to last a week. So, well, actually, they're made to last like 3 months, but that's their lifespan. That's it, 3 months, and you throw them away.
Damn.
Yeah, pretty much. The F1 engines get rebuilt like I think it's like every other race or
That's
something
crazy.
ridiculous like that. And then at the end of I think a second season, they just scrap the engine
Well,
completely.
not entirely. Each team is
Oh, no.
allowed to have 3 engines a season, and they all swap them out because they want a fresh one.
Oh, okay.
But they do rebuild them and maintenance them like every race.
Hmm.
Right?
That's
That is crazy.
insane.
Damn. Okay. Whew. All right.
Well, all right. I think this was pretty good first podcast. How are you guys?
I think we lasted longer than I thought.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Yes, we're still running. Yeah, so I think we're gonna call it on this one. Yeah, I'm good to call
new
it. You guys are good to
episodes
call
every
it.
Wednesday.
Jalopy Madness.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing new episodes. So we're gonna be doing new episodes every Wednesday. Yeah. So you guys know a little bit more about us. We're looking forward to seeing you next time.
Yep.
See ya.